All right, so the other day we did a video on this mother who lost two of her children because they froze to death as she left them in the back of her van, parked that van at the casino, walked away, and her 2-year-old and 9-year-old froze to death. Now, we went in depth with that video. We heard from her. We heard everything that she had to say about it. Now, they've dug up and they went and interviewed the father. And I just want to show y'all how when two idiots get together and decide to reproduce, it's not good for anybody. Let's see what the father had to say.
Darnell Curry Sr. wiped away tears while talking with me about his children, Darnell Jr. and Amelia, and the distressing phone call he says he took from their mother, Tatiana Williams, on Monday.
I went to the gym. As soon as I got on the treadmill, she called saying, can I make it to the hospital right now? They gone. I was hoping it was a sick joke, but it wasn't.
According to Detroit police, 9-year-old Darnell Jr. and 2-year-old Amelia died while sleeping in a vehicle at the Hollywood Casino at Greektown parking garage. Investigators say the cause appears to be hypothermia, a tragedy stemming from homelessness.
I tried. I asked for help. I asked everybody, even people out of state. But I tried. I tried to keep hotels. I tried to pay people to stay there. It wasn't working for me. You know, people just didn't like too many kids at their house.
I spoke with the children's mother Tuesday evening. She told me she's been living in her vehicle for 3 months, along with her 4 kids, her mother, and 2 teenage siblings. She says she reached out to Curry, who's the father of 3 of her children.
I asked him, I said, can you get your kids for me? I said, I need help. You know I'm homeless. I done kept a room this long. I couldn't keep it no more.
They were homeless. Had Tatiana ever reached out asking to...
No, she did not. All she said was, can I get them? Can I get them just to get them? And can I get them because y'all homeless? That's 2 different things.
She said she had been homeless for 3 months.
See, that's what I saw, about 3 months, but she ain't never said nothing to me. Nothing. So all them other sob stories, they can cut all that. No, she did not.
Curry, who lives in Novi, says Williams never specified why she wanted to drop their kids off to him.
She just asked, can I get them for a couple of days? But I told her I'm working and all that, and I'm out here. We're not close to each other, so I couldn't. But she knows all my family is right around the corner from her.
Did she reach out to any of your family?
No, she did not. And she knows she could have, like we always used to do.
He says the last time he held his children was a month or 2 ago, and that they typically FaceTime, moments he will miss. And there's a, police investigation into this. What is it you would like to see come of this? Obviously, nothing's going to bring back your 9-year-old and your 2-year-old.
It don't even matter to me. Can't get them back, so it's whatever.
Darnell Curry Sr. wiped away tears while talking with me about his children.
All right.
Darnell Jr. and...
All right. Okay. I'm going to be brutally honest here, y'all. I think that 2 slow people ended up getting together and reproducing. And unfortunately, the ones that had to pay the cost of that decision were these 2 kids that ended up losing their lives because they froze to death in a fucking casino parking lot. Here's what I don't understand about the woman, okay, the mother. She said that she parked the van there. She lied. We already know that she lied on several occasions. She said that she kept gas in the car. We know that's a lie because the car wouldn't even start when the investigators got there. She said that the kids had everything they needed, but how is that possible when they didn't have shelter over their fucking heads, right? And you obviously couldn't provide them with heat because they froze to death. So they did not have everything. There's no way they had everything they needed, right? Here's the other thing I don't understand. Where did she go the entire time that her kids were freezing to death? If you parked the van in the casino parking lot, where were you? Were you inside of the casino? If so, what were you doing in there? What were you doing in there so long to where you had time enough, your kids had time enough to pass away because they were freezing to death? What were you doing in the casino? Were you gambling away money that you already didn't have? What were you doing? There's so many other questions that I have about this case, y'all. So many more questions that I have because I desperately want to know where the hell she was. And if they said the mother and they said her mother, the grandmother was sleeping, they were all sleeping in this van. Where the hell were you and the grandmother then? You didn't think that it was important to leave neither one of y'all, two adults, didn't think that was, so the whole family is just retarded. The whole family. The whole family. Between the two of y'all couldn't come up. Y'all didn't think that, maybe one of us should stay back with the kids. I'm going to tell you what I honestly think. I honestly think she wanted to get rid of those kids. That's what I think. I think that she was a woman who was up a creek without a paddle, and that she was in over her head. She was down on her luck, and instead of giving these kids up for adoption and taking them and turning them into somewhere, taking them to the police station or whatever, she decided, I'll just get rid of them altogether. And of course, you're going to get the sob story from people and they're going to feel sorry for her, but there's no way this woman did everything in her power to make sure that those children lived. No way. No way whatsoever. And to hear the father stand there and talk about and say out of his mouth, she didn't reach out. When you just 3 words prior said that she had called you and asked you to get them. That's her reaching out. That was her reaching out. Negro, you are staying in a whole home out in Novi while your kids are freezing to death in a parking garage. And your excuse for that is, oh, I was working. So they couldn't come to my crib. I was working. I think we have 2 parents that should have never had kids. And moreover, that's the most important part. Everybody seems to believe that everybody should be allowed to have kids and just reproduce and do whatever you want. No, that needs to be reserved for the competent parents that are capable of taking care of children. Every woman should not have the right to children. Every man should not have the right to reproduce children. Sorry. And I wish that we could police that and find a way to police that better. But unfortunately, they just keep popping out babies. And then what happens is when they can't take them, they become a problem for the state. And when they become a problem for the state, they become a problem for you and I through tax dollars. Either way, somebody else ends up taking on the brunt of that care for the child. But wouldn't we have much rather that happen than to leave these kids in a car where they end up, I don't even understand, I don't even know if y'all know how bad it is and how painful it is to freeze to death. That is not an easy way to go. It's a very painful, slow way to go to freeze to death. And she was sitting there, people talking about she done cried all her tears away. That's why nothing's coming out. Man, please. But I was sat there and I watched a mother who lost 2 kids sit there and could not muster up not a single solitary tear. I think she wanted those kids gone. And they still haven't found out where the hell she was during the entire time. Where the hell was the grandmother? But classic case here that we have, and unfortunately, things like this just keep happening. Unfortunately, more stories keep popping up of negligent parents who either can't afford to take care of the children or just don't care enough to do so. And as a result, these children are paying the price for it. And it's unfortunate because there's nothing at the end of the day that we can really do about it. Yes, there's a migrant crisis. Yes, there's no way that we should be funding migrants that come over here and giving them stipends to live in hotels and shit like that in other states. And we can't even afford to take care of the homeless that we already have here. It's absurd. But that's a separate issue. Because this was 1,000% preventable. 1,000% preventable. But just wanted to update you all. That was the father. And unfortunately, these kids had no chance. They have no chance. And I hope to God that they take away the rest of these kids from her before she does something else stupid and cost them their lives in the process. They should absolutely be taken away. It's not even a question. People were saying that it's cruel to lock her up. All right, but get those kids the hell up out of there. There's no way she should have guardianship over anybody's kids, not even her own. But y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one.